Alright, so welcome everybody to Yakuza 0. This is my second playthrough of the game. My first playthrough was 3 or 4 years ago. Yakuza is my favorite game series of all time. And so over the course of this playthrough, I would like to point out why I love this series so much. So if you want to join me, come along. Tune into Twitch when I'm playing. I'd be happy to have you along. For right now, let's just watch the first cutscene, the opening cutscene to Yakuza 0.
この街で喧嘩売んならちゃんと相手を選べ。大金持ち歩いてるときは特にな。
ちゃん、まだいいじゃん。こんな時間さすびら切ったってタクシー捕まんないんだから。や
だもう。いいから宅代出してよ。
じゃあさ、プラザのスイートでも取るよ。だから俺と朝までね。なんだてめえ、言ってんだよ。おい、ちょっと待てよ、これ。おい、てめえ、ぶつかっといて何スカとこいてんだよ。ちゃんと謝れっつんだよ。土下座しろ、土下座。おい、よしよ、よせ。あ？いや、どうもすみませんでした。
よう、頼んでおいた仕事どう？
終わりました。ちょっと封筒が。このままでいいっすか？
そんなこと気にしないでいい。むき出しだろうが金は金だからね。堂島組さんは仕事早くて助かるよ。はいこれ約束の1割。ご苦労さん。
どうも。
で、これは俺からの気持ちね。
いや、それは
取り班が常識のこのご時世、安い取り分でやってもらってんだ。普通なら本職の人にこんな安い額の取り立て頼めないからね。
でも
同年代のガキどもが万札ちらつかせてタクシー乗る時代に本職の君が金もないんじゃ様になんねえだろ。ま、これは俺との初仕事を終えたご祝儀みたいなもんだ。はっ、取っとき。
ありがとうございます。
しかしバカに金貸しちまうと後が面倒でしょうがねえな。30万ポッチ捨てんのは簡単だが、回収しとかねえと商売としてのけじめがつかねえなあ。
ええ、まあ
俺も長いことこの町で金貸しやってるからよくわかる。今の世の中、金の本当の価値が分かってるやつなんてほとんどいやしない。その点、学のない君の方が高学歴の若造よりよっぽど分かってる気がするんだけど、そうじゃない？
俺には分かりません。それじゃこれで。
なあ、うちに来ねえか兄ちゃん。君の腕っぷしならヤクザやるよりもっと簡単にもっと多くの金が稼げる。いい飯腹いっぱい食っていい女を好きなだけ抱ける。それだけじゃない、金さえあれば不幸な人間を幸せにすることすらできる。ヤクザは下積みが長え。手っ取り早くのし上がるにはうちに来て稼ぐってのもいい選択だと思うんだが。
3年前にその言葉を聞いてればそうしてたかもしれませんけど、一度極道になったもんは時間を巻き戻せない。
それが答えか。
ヤクザには誰かを幸せにすることなんてできないんすかね。
さあな、俺はヤクザになったことねえからわからねえ。ま、気が変わったらいつでも連絡してくれ。じゃ。
金貸しが偉そうに。めんどくせ。
Okay, before we get too far in, I would like to introduce this series. So, as I mentioned, Yakuza is my favorite video game series, and throughout this playthrough, I hope to show you the things that I appreciate about this game, the care they put into it. But to start off, let me introduce the series. Yakuza, if you may or may not know, you may not be familiar with the video games. It follows this main character, Kiryu Kazuma. This is Yakuza 0, so this is actually the prequel to the first one that came out in the early 2000s. This would be the second time I'm playing this one, and it really sets the stage for what's going to happen in the main series, Yakuza 1 through 6. In Yakuza 0, we're getting to meet the main character, Kiryu Kazuma, during his Yakuza life. So Yakuza are the Japanese mafia, the Japanese mob. He's an enforcer, so he goes up and beats people up. He's really known for his fighting prowess. And so we're going to follow Kiryu while he gets sucked into the main plot of this video game. So let's start. Right now we're waiting for our best friend Nishiki, and we're going to go look for him. So we're in this location, this neighborhood called Kamurocho. And in every game, this is, for the most part, this is the main setting. It's going to be the same neighborhood, so we're going to get to see it change over time. What I really like about Yakuza is its attention to detail. This is based on a real neighborhood in Japan. You can Google it. The images make me think that it's very close to real life, how they represent it. And the care they put in to set the scene in the late 80s here is just great. So let's get started. So we're part of the Tojo clan. We're part of the Dojima family. Dojima is our patriarch, and then under the larger umbrella of the Tojo clan. So these guys are fleecing a guy for money on their clan's turf, and so Kiryu feels he has to step in and beat these guys up.
なんだよ。おい、バカ、ヤクザったって。
お前ら。
え？だったらなんだよ。
ここらはうちの組の島なんでな。
なんだと？ヤクザが偉そうに説教垂れてんじゃねえぞ。ほら！
I think the music may be a little bit too loud for the video if you want to be able to hear me. So let's see if I can turn the volume down. I might not be able to, actually. Okay. That's alright. So I think a lot of people are put off by Yakuza, the ones who don't play it, because it might seem a little bit silly with the combat system. The combat is way over the top. It's one of the things I love most about the series, but it definitely doesn't seem true to life. But if you are one of the people who are put off by the silliness of the combat, if you can push past it, I promise you there's a heart to this game. There's a soul to the series, and there's a really good story with well-developed characters. So give it a chance. I'm going to do the first fight now.
相変わらず容赦ねえな。
錦。
おめえいつまで経っても来ねえから待ち合わせすっぽかされたかと思ったよ。
So Yakuza always introduces a character by having their text come up in this way and then telling you what family they're part of. It can get a little bit confusing because there are a lot of characters. It's a very rich and complex story, and getting the family straight and the clan straight and the ranks, who's more important than whom, can be a little difficult. But I'll help navigate you through that if you're interested. So this is Akira Nishikiyama. He is going to be a main character for the next few games, so definitely someone you want to remember. You're in the same family as him, and you're within the Tojo clan. If you look on his lapel, on his right lapel, you can see the Tojo clan's symbol. Every Yakuza member has a lapel pin like that, showing that they're part of a clan. And then, yeah, so this is Nishiki. He's your best friend.
逆だ。おめえがなかなか来ねえからこうやって時間潰してたんじゃねえか。
暇つぶしに喧嘩って。おとなしくヘルスにでも行けってろ。ガキじゃあるめえし。
興味ねえ。
相変わらず硬いね。まあいいや。とりあえず飲みに行こうぜ。久々。
Also, notice how outrageous his outfit is. It's so 80s, it's so flashy. Japan during this time is having what I think to be an economic resurgence. So they're making electronics, they're making cars, they're making all sorts of consumer goods, and they're exporting it. So the economy, there's a lot of new money around, and young people who get their hands on the money are spending it like crazy. Nishi's one of these guys, and look at his outfit compared to Kiryu's. It represents the difference in their personalities. Nishi is a much more flashy guy, whereas Kiryu is very somber, put together. He's very curt. He's typically not a man of a lot of words, but he says what he truly means. So let's keep going.
久々にオールで付き合えよ。な？
ありがとうございました。いや、この度はどうも。お日柄もよく。
行くぞ錦。
しかしよ。お前も様になってきたよな。
I'll admit, though, you're finally starting to look the part. You make a pretty convincing Yakuza. You're done with collections today, right? Yeah. Good. That should put Kazuma-san's mind at ease a bit. Heh, don't know about that. But he always knew all I could do is fight. You're the one who's good at the dance. Please. You see the times we're living in? You'd be crazy not to enjoy all this, bro. Learn to use your head a bit. Once the new year rolls around, Kazuma-san gets out of prison. I'll try to learn a few new tricks by then. Yeah? How about we start with those rags you're wearing? Huh? Try sporting a suit that runs 500 grand for once. Trust me, you'll see the world in a whole new light. 500 grand at this time is about 5,000 American dollars. Fashion's not my thing. Besides, Kazuma-san never wore flashy clothes. You do realize he's the family captain, right? Number 2 in the whole Dojima operation? You get to that level, you can wear whatever you damn well please. But for the rest of us, flashy is part of the business. So that fancy new car you bought was just business? Yeah, and that fancy lighter of mine too, which you still haven't given back. You want to play the rich guy, quit being so stingy. But you get what I'm saying, right? People see the expensive car, the designer jacket, and the gleam of that little Dojima pen. They pay attention. A Yakuza is only as good as his image. If you say so. I do say so. Take your buddy today. These squeaky clean idiots borrowing money just to blow on tits and booze. Nobody in this town gives a crap about substance. What you see is what you get. Fine, I get it already. Are we going drinking tonight, or are you going to keep ranting? Hell yeah, we're drinking. What say we mix things up? Hit Pink Street tonight. I know a nice little spot over there. So as you can tell, Kamurocho is right in the middle of Tokyo. It's very much an entertainment district, but Pink Street is like the entertainment district of the entertainment district. That's where all the bars, the clubs are. So it's a free world game, but at the start, it's going to be very scripted until it lets you loose. It has to start the story, though. What is this, a fight? Looks like it. Come on, you're in the way. What's your problem, bro? You got a problem? We're in the middle of some important business. Hey, old man, quit talking to them. We're not done here. Ugh. Who's an old man, you snot-nosed little punk? Who's this? Whatever you said. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, now you've done it. Yeah. Come on, Grandpa, take your best shot. Screw it, they're completely wasted. It's not worth the trouble, let's take a different road. No need. I've got a faster way to fix this. Oh? Yeah, I just need to sober them up a bit with my fists. So Kiryu, especially young Kiryu, loves to fight, so yeah. Especially if it comes to like defending someone or like righting a wrong. Or, you know, just for pleasure, he loves to fight people with bad attitudes. Oh, what? Where am I? What was I doing here, and who are you? Sounds like that sobered him up. Must be your delicate touch. I remember watching music videos at that bar. Then we got to talking about which idols we liked. Yeah, then some smartass started making fun of poor, sweet Shoka-chan, and then my head's throbbing. I can't remember past that. I think you two have had enough for tonight. Go home. Yeah. Ow. Whoa, you okay, mister? Here, I'll walk you to the train. Take it slow. Thanks. You're awful considerate for a kid your age. All's well that ends well. Let's hit that bar. What a waste. A damn shame, I say. You got a punch like a 2-ton gorilla and you go wasting it on drunks? What do you think that talent was meant for? All that raw fighting prowess. Okay, so Yakuza is super rich in content. I put, I think, 84 hours in my first playthrough, and that's not anywhere close to 100%. So there's tons of side quests and side characters. This guy, he's going to be one of the side characters that repeats in several games. You, over the course of the series, you really get to know these characters. You get to know the lore, and you feel like you're in on an inside joke if you keep it up. You feel like, you know what these guys about. You know the history between them, and you're part of the in crowd, I guess. So yeah.
Yes.
That's the point. That's the problem. You want to talk alcohol? You're like taking one swig from a vintage bottle and tossing the rest. Going from the look of you, you're Japanese mafia, yeah? Something like that. Yeah, seems like you're pretty confident in a fight. A real dynamite boy. You're calling me boy? Don't get ruffled now, kid. Compared to me, you're practically a toddler. Hey, Kiri, what's the holdup, man? It's nothing. Be right there. No sense wasting time with this drunk. I should just go. Too much booze is bad for you, Gramps. Take care. Hey, now, hold up. Wait. I got one piece of advice for you. And I've got a friend waiting for me. If you've got something to say, make it quick. Oh, out for a night with your main dog? Me and the boys used to really wreck it back when I was your age. But if you spend all your money playing around, you'll never get stronger. You gotta invest in yourself. What, like a gym membership? Nah. That's no better than spending it on booze. I'm talking about investing in yourself, literally. Literally? What does that even mean? Glad you asked, my boy. Here's a special lecture just for you. Okay, so Yakuza always has a very developed upgrade screen. The currency of what you put into these abilities changes. The types of branches changes, but there's always skills to upgrade. And so in Yakuza 0, you use yen to use actual money that you could use on items. You can actually spend it on upgrades. So I'm just going to buy a simple one. Let's see, it looks like the only one I can afford is this one. You keep pouring money into yourself, and with a little training, that talent of yours will grow in no time. So keep the women and wine on a budget. Here? Investing in myself, literally. Never thought of that. Haha, bet you're glad you stopped and listened now, huh? Yeah, I guess I am. Yo, Kiryu! I'm coming. All that serious talk killed my buzz. Time for round 2. You have a good night, my boy. What a weird old man. What's his deal? Stay classy, Camarocho. Isn't that part of the draw? This town's a perfect fit for the newly minted rich playboys this economy's turned out. They come thirsty for booze and women, and Cabrocho's got both in spades. When did you start waxing poetic? Not that you're wrong. You impressed?
錦山くん。
よ
Who are they? College girl slash hostesses, Madoka-chan and Yu-chan. In case you don't know, they have these things in Japan called hostess clubs, where you go and just sort of hang out with women. They're not prostitutes, there's nothing sexual. It's kind of like having company for the night. You hire them, they're kind of like a waitress, but they just kind of hang out with you and talk.
後で顔出すよ。
本当に？
So these girls work at a hostess club.
なんだよ。
Well, you don't trust me?
疑ってる？
Well, I want to.
そんなこと言うなよ。
Don't be like that.
ほら。
Here, buy yourself something nice.
やったー！信じてるよ。
These two have got this down.
ありがとう。じゃあまた後でね。待ってる
So,
よ。錦
part of the
山くん。
hostess experience, kind of like a strip club, is spending money on the woman. You kind of flash your cash, you buy drinks for both of you, you buy, maybe food, or maybe,
けどそうじゃね。
yeah, anyway.
女と繋がっとくことが大事なんだ。いいか。
And I can't speak for it now, but at least at this time, it seems like hostess clubs were huge.
あの人たちは見るからにヤクザでございますって格好してるからな。
それがなんだ。
だから。
If you show up with a pack of girls every time the bosses invite you drinking, they remember you. Half the time, they give me cash on the spot. If you're in this business, you gotta claw your way up the ladder using any means possible, right? Yeah, maybe you've got a point. Alright, this is the place. Hope you're ready, because I'm not stopping till morning. Okay, so this is not a hostess club. This is just a bar. Very small alley bar. You come here a lot? This makes twice. Why? You got a personal bottle here. I thought maybe you were a regular. Looks a lot cooler than sitting around ordering beers, doesn't it? Helps the staff remember you, too. But mostly, I just can't stand being taken for a bum. Makes sense. You're a big, important man with a big, important image to uphold. And if you hope to get anywhere in this world, you could stand to follow my lead a little. But I guess you're just not the type, huh? I ended this life chasing after Kazuma-san. You and I were just a couple of orphans, and he took us in. I'd do anything to repay him, but all I can give is my life. You know, maybe you're fine just the way you are. You keep pulling your weight under Kazuma-san. Maybe he'll bring you with him when he makes it really big. That's just as legit as reproach is mine. It's just as legit an approach as mine. Just remember, you're technically not one of Kazuma-san's boys. You're in the Dojima family. Let me break this down. So they're Kazuma-san, right? So these two are best friends. They were orphans, and then they got taken under the wing of this Yakuza Kazuma. But Kiryu joined the Dojima family. That's how he got his in. And it'll explain the backstory here as well. So Kazuma-san has his own family, but Kiryu's not in that family. He's in the Dojima family. Dojima is his boss, his direct boss. Both Kazuma and Dojima are kind of like franchisees, right? They own a little bit of the city. They pay, taxes up to the main family, and they have a seat at a very large table of a lot of families of the Tojo clan, right? But they're not part of the big Tojo clan leadership. They're still pretty small time. So a typical family, it depends, but at least according to the games, typical family can be as small as 4 or 5 guys and then one patriarch, or it can be as big as maybe, 30, 40, something like that. and then you're across the entire network, the entire clan is usually somewhere under 1,000, usually from what it seems like. Hundreds to maybe a couple thousand for the whole clan. Why do you figure the old man didn't take us on as Cosma family men? Sure, the Dojima family's higher up on the pecking order, but still. Doesn't matter, I'm sure he had his reasons. Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, that's enough serious talk for one night. Let's get crazy on some karaoke, come on. Okay, I did sign up for anything tonight. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's a lot of content in the Yakuza series. One mainstay is karaoke. There are many side games, activities. Karaoke's always there, no matter which Yakuza game you pick up, and it's always super over the top. You have these men that are trying to act very macho, and yet when they get around a karaoke machine, they are silly, they are expressive. Kiryu gets very in character, and then they usually transport themselves into like this fantasy world, like they're in the song, and they're wearing costumes, they're acting silly, they have superpowers. You'll see. Okay, maybe we're not jumping into the music video this time. Oh, here we go. I never knew you took karaoke so seriously. Hey, you're the one who said to get crazy. I was just trying to humor you. Sure, and you loved every minute of it. Do you sneak off and practice on the sly? You so do. Come on, quit busting my balls. All that singing worked up an appetite. How about we move this party to the ramen shop? You're hungry again? I'm still full, man. So? You can watch me eat then. Sigoku can work for you? Yeah, alright, fine. I ever tell you that what a great voice you have? You pick songs like an old man would, though. Sue me, I don't know what's popular now. And you gotta learn. Girl like a man who's living in the current decade, bro. That so? I'll admit I'm still learning about the male idol scene, though. I just nod along and pretend I know what's what. So if you don't know, Japan has pop stars. They've had them for decades. They call them idols. A lot of times, at least nowadays, these are manufactured by companies, like record labels, just sort of find an attractive young person. They sort of, make them sing. They sort of produce them. They put them on tour. They get them all great PR. And so, yeah, he's talking about, I don't know, the male idol scene. So think like Backstreet Boys, but just like individual ones. Trying to think of individual pop stars that are young. Maybe like Justin Bieber type of thing. Anyway. You think everyone doesn't know that? Maybe. Who needs guy idols anyway? Girls, or forget it. Some of these new girls are seriously cute. Yeah, do some research. It's worth the time. And as you probably noticed, those two drunk guys that were fighting in the alleyway, they were getting sort of angry because you follow an idol and you really you're a big fan of them. You have a favorite, and so at least at this point it was a big talking point. Just sort of chit chat. Who's your favorite idol right now? And you get very sort of protective. Sometimes we get on these side quests, and you'll see that you have these super fans of these girl idols, and it's a big part of the cultural scene, at least insofar as Yakuza would let you believe. Could happen. Before long, both of us are going to be at some concert screaming along to all the lyrics. That's a mental image I don't need. Just like karaoke, great thing about Yakuza is that Kiryu, even though he's all macho, he will get into these niche side projects. He'll get really into whatever it may be. So we'll see. Come on, you barely touched that. I told you I wasn't hungry. So you buy me an extra large like an ass. Quit whining. You gonna wuss out? 11 p.m. last night, the body of a young male was found severely beaten in a quiet corner of Kamurocho. Police are investigating the case as a homicide. We have a breaking update. Authorities have released the victim's identity. The deceased was a resident of Tokyo. Taichi Kurihara-san, age 32. Police say Kurihara-san carried debts from several loan companies. Questioning will begin with these leads. Kiryu, look. A murder in Kamurocho. It's hardly the first. No, wait, your job last night. You said you roughed him up pretty bad, right? Kurihara-san's body was found here. That's the place. Wait, are you serious? It's not like I beat the guy to death, though. This lot is just a few steps removed from Kamurocho's busy, neon-lit streets. Nestled between the tall buildings, this odd, inconspicuous lot feels anything but peaceful. This rare remaining pocket of undeveloped land is where Kurihara-san's body was discovered. It's him. Please, no more. So the guy Kiryu beat up last night was found dead in the alleyway. That's the guy I worked over. Hold up, you're sure that's him? Yeah. The fuck were you thinking? It was just a collections job. Who is it, HQ? Yeah, they're already calling me in. I'm gonna go call in. You think it's gotta be about what they were saying on the news, right? This is bad. You're obviously screwed. But this also paints a giant target on Cosmo-san's back. What? They're gonna use this to bring him down. How do you figure? Everybody in the Dojima family knows it was Cosmo-san who brought us in. That means our screw-ups become his responsibility too. What? But this was my mistake. He had nothing to do with it. That's not how it works. Murder is a big deal. Everybody with an eye on his position is going to come at this with everything they got. The 3 Dojima lieutenants for starters. Shit. Rumor has it was one of them that sold Cosmo-san out to the cops and got him pinched 6 months back. So if you weren't following, Cosmo-san is in prison, but he's about to get out. Wait, what? The gambling hall he was running never stayed in the same place, but then they suddenly get hit with the raid? The only way that happens is if somebody with family info tips them off. And the way I hear it told, it was one of the lieutenants they talked, Kuze. You really think Kuze sold Cosmo-san out to the cops? Well, it's not like I've got hard proof. But you know, Kuze's been on a power trip ever since the old man got locked up, and where there's smoke... Either way, I've got no choice but to call him back, right? Yeah, I guess not. Alright, you go. I'll see if I can get some advice. Thanks. Breaking the law. I've got to call Dojima Family HQ. There should be a payphone around here. Lieutenant Kuza told me he wanted you to come down to the office right away, Kiryu-san. Actually, the 3 lieutenants are here waiting for you, Kiryu-san. Okay, got it. And I'm actually going to call it there. If you're interested in the game or if you want to check out more of the content, feel free to follow along. Yeah, thanks for tuning in.